When you think of the apocalypse and end times kind of stuff, you mostly think of death, destruction, a lot of mayhem and stuff. Not really. Ooh, this is a fun place to be, a safe environment that I can be in. No, you typically think of that death and destruction aspect of it. And one of the most profound ones, at least for Christians, is the Book of Revelation and its terrible yet righteous end times descriptions. I will be going through the seven seals, the first set of seven judgments that God will release upon the world during those end times. One of the first seal that is opened is found in Revelations chapter 6, 1 through 2, and it is the white horse. So Jesus, the Lamb, will open the scroll, and then the white horse will appear and go down upon the earth and do what it's called to do. It's mostly theorized, as none of this is set in stone, because we can't truly know what's going to happen, but it is theorized that this is signifying the coming of the Antichrist, the person who is the exact opposite of Jesus, who's called to do the exact opposite of what Jesus came to do. He will be replicating things that Jesus did under the guise of being basically God, and he'll try to falsify all of Jesus' claims and teachings. And then he'll try to promote himself as God. The second seal is found in Revelation 6, 3 through 4, and this brings in the red horse. The red horse, which will basically bring, again, theorize that this will bring about a third world war, as the Antichrist goes and tries to bring all the nations under his control, seeking world domination. He won't be able to do that. There will be one people that will revolt against him, Christians and Jews, and it is thought that their final place of resistance will be in Jerusalem. There's no way to know if that's correct or not, as we're not fully in those times yet, but that's where they're thought to be. The third seal, or scroll, is in Revelation 6, 5 through 6. This is the black horse, which will be bringing about famine and a lot of inflation in the world. It talks about the horse coming in with a pair of scales, or a pair of balances, sorry, and bringing about famine. That one's pretty literal. Not a lot of explanation needed for that one. And then the fourth scroll is found in Revelation 6, 7 through 8. And this one brings about the pale horse, which is called death. In it, this horse will, it's very straightforward, just bring about death upon a fourth of the world. It says through famine and killing one another and basically all the things that the other three horses did. So some people theorize that this last horse is just kind of adding up all the death that the other horses brought. But again, a lot of this is just theory, because we can't truly know how any of these events will truly play out. The fifth scroll, found in Revelation 6, 9 through 11, doesn't really bring about judgment, but shows another event happening in heaven. It shows the altar in heaven with the souls of the saints underneath, crying out for redemption, as most of them are going to be martyrs during this time of tribulation that the church will be going through, because of the Antichrist and the judgments that God will be raining down on all of us. The sixth scroll is found in Revelation 6, 12 through 17. This is a bigger chunk, and it shows a lot of natural disasters kind of hitting the earth. Earthquakes, the sun will go black during this time. The moon will be, there will be blood moons happening throughout this time. Just kind of constant agony going about the world. Stars will fall from heaven like meteors, and other cosmic disturbances will be raining down on earth as God's form judging us. And then the last scroll is found in Revelations 8, 1 through 6. Kind of skips a chapter because during the 7th chapter, it goes up to heaven and shows different scenes, not related to the scrolls entirely. But in this passage, it basically talks about the opening of the next set of judgments, which are the trumpet judgments. Those ones I won't get into, but it basically opens up those next set of judgments and then also rains down more fire, lightning, and earthquakes upon the earth. Just more and more destruction as God judges us human beings for all the terrible wrongs that we've done. Those are all the scrolls. It's a very complex book with a lot of stuff that has to be theorized because we can't really know all the stuff because it's symbolic. Some of the things are literal, some are not. It's hard to tell which one's which. And so all we can really do is theorize at this point until these events actually happen. But an important thing to note is that these events shouldn't scare us. If we are Christ followers, this should just embolden us to showing God's great love for us as He's willing to give out judgment to us as a good father should. If we do something wrong, punishment to show that that action is wrong, and that you'll be able to move forward, learn from that mistake, and become better.